Hi, welcome to Learn Everyday English, where we use words, phrases, and everyday life situations to help you learn and improve your English. Today we're going to be working outside on a home improvement project using power tools. So home improvement means like we're going to improve something around the house. It could be outside the house like today. And I'm standing here under the carport, and the carport is just the area where we park the cars. We say we park the cars. We do have another car will be parked right here, but since I'm working on the home improvement project today, I have this area that is being used for that purpose. Okay, here is a shot of the carport. As you can see, the carport is attached to the house. This is the house to the right. As I walk forward, I'm going to walk under the carport, we say, under the carport. And here to the left, where another car would be parked, I have some material that I'm going to be working on or working with. And this material is, the brown material is called plastic lumber. Plastic lumber. Lumber is just another word for wood, but this is called plastic lumber instead of plastic wood. This item here, this gray item, is called a cinder block. It's made out of concrete, and it has 2 holes in it. And I have several cinder blocks lined up in a row, so I can place the plastic lumber on top of the cinder blocks. Since the pieces are very long, they come in 20-foot sections or 20-foot lengths, and I'm going to cut the plastic lumber into 2-foot sections. Also here, these black items are called sawhorses. Sawhorses. Some more about the sawhorses. These are plastic and they are collapsible. They are collapsible. They can fold down into a smaller area, and I can fold them out. I can place them side by side, place them together. And if I want to, I can place this board on top, and I can use it to work on. So this area or this building behind me is called the storage shed. Storage shed, and there we store items that we use to work around the house with. So I'm going to go ahead and open that so you can see what that looks like. It has a lock on it. It also has a latch, and the doors are called barn doors or sliding doors. So the doors slide out to the side. So I've gone inside the storage shed and taken out the items that I'm going to use today. The main item that I'm going to use is this item, which is a power tool, or a type of power tool, because it has a power cord on it, a power cord that plugs into an electrical outlet. I'll show you what that is. But this is called a SKILSAW, which is used to cut wood. I'm also going to use an extension cord, but this is an extension cord that winds up into this housing, we say. So it's very convenient. I can unwind the extension cord, and it's very long, and when I'm finished using it, I can wind it up. I'm also going to use what's called a tape measure. So this is just a device that has some measurements on it, so I can measure out the length of the wood that I need to cut. and it's retractable. The tape measure can retract, or that means it can go inside this tape measure. This tape measure can measure up to 33 feet. I'm also going to use a square, we say. So this is to make sure I can get the cuts so that they are 90 degrees or perpendicular, so they are even and straight. And a pencil, wooden pencil, I can use to mark the lines where I'm going to cut using the SKILSAW. So inside the storage shed, we store certain types of items. This item here is called a dolly, where we can move heavy items with. And also we have a lawnmower, but this is called a riding lawnmower. Also have bicycles. But what I really wanted to show you is here in the corner is where I'm going to plug in the extension cord into this, what we call an electrical outlet. So here is the extension cord, and see on the side it also has outlets where I can plug into, and then I'm going to take the end of the cord that's coming out of this extension cord, and I'm going to plug it into the electrical outlet here, like so. I plugged the extension cord into the electrical outlet. It is here, but this is convenient, so now I can just pull it out. As much cord as I need, and I can set it down. And I can take my SKILSAW and I can plug the SKILSAW cord into power cord into the outlets that are on the side of the extension cord. And now this is powered and ready to go. As I said before, this plastic lumber is 2 inches by 6 inches, and it's 20 feet long. So as you can see, I've laid the piece of plastic lumber out, and it is resting on these 4 cinder blocks. So I can support the piece of lumber. I can support the piece of lumber so it's not sitting on the concrete, and it makes it easier to cut. So now I'm going to go ahead and measure the lumber and cut it with the SKILSAW. So now I'm going to take the tape measure. This is the tape measure. So I can just unroll it or pull it out. And I see where 2 feet is on the tape measure, which is right here. I take my pencil, I make a mark right here. I make a mark. Then I'm through with the tape measure. I take my square. I lay it on the piece of wood, plastic lumber. And I'm going to make a straight line across the piece of wood, a straight line like this, so I can see where I'm going to cut. Next, I'm going to get the SKILSAW here. I'm going to line it up with the mark I made, and I'm going to cut the wood. That was pretty quick, but now we have a 2-foot section of plastic lumber. This is very hard, very thick. I'm going to just continue to do that for the entire 20-foot piece of plastic lumber. I'm going to show you actually why I am doing this home improvement project. And I need to go into the backyard, and I have to go through this as a gate. We call this a swing gate. This is a swing gate because the gate swings out toward me, and the gate is on hinges. So if you can see here, the gate has hinges on the top and on the bottom. And so there are two hinges on one side of the gate, and the gate has a latch. The gate has a latch, and this is the latch on the gate. So I push this item back and the gate can move forward. Here is the backyard, we call it, and this is the gate, the swing gate that's opening outward from this side. And you may be asking, why am I cutting all these boards? Because we have this drainage channel in the back, and this is to take the water that comes moving off from the left side from the woods, and it carries all the water into this drainage channel away from the house, so the house doesn't flood or get any water in it. And we had this built between 2 to 3 years ago, and I built these grid work, we call it, out of regular wood. But it's been 2 to 3 years, and even though I stained it with something that will protect it from water and moisture, the wood is still starting to rot. And we say deteriorate, rot and deteriorate. So I need to replace all these boards, these wooden boards. Here, as you can see, I've replaced some of the wooden boards and just set the plastic lumber in place. And this is what the regular wood looks like. But this is the drainage channel. I'm going to walk toward the end of the drainage channel. And it just goes out to the end here. All the water flows, so this drainage channel is sloped. So all the water goes toward this end of the channel. And as you can see, the water ends up out here, and it goes into a ditch, called a drainage ditch, which I dug out by hand with a shovel. And the water goes out the ditch to the street. So you can see the street in the distance. There are cars that are passing by. So this is a way that we can drain the water, or take the water and move it away from the house through a drainage channel. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video about the home improvement project. If you did so, please like the video and subscribe to this channel on Learn Everyday English, and tell your friends about it so this channel can grow. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.